My name is Martin Spolstra. I'm the pastor here at Discovery Church. And I wanted to talk to you today about the events that have taken place over the last couple of weeks surrounding the death of George Floyd. I know that many people in the United States have demonstrated because they understand what discrimination and racism has accomplished in that country. And over the weekend, we saw many people demonstrating in Canada, all across our country, because of their experience with racism and discrimination. I want you to know that as your pastor, I am appalled by the way in which this man was treated and eventually killed. I stand with those who stand with those of other cultures and backgrounds in proclaiming that racism and discrimination has no place in the life of a Christ follower. Jesus' message to us was one of love. And if he loves us, you and I, unconditionally, then we are called to love others, whether they're from a culture of one that we're familiar with or not, with the same kind of love, regardless of their religious affiliation or their cultural background. Jesus calls us to love. Now, I was privileged to be born into a white family from a Dutch background, and I'm grateful for all that that has brought me in my life. But it sheltered me in a way that I didn't understand. And my understanding of these things is blinded, mainly because I will never know the persecution, the discrimination, or the racism that they face. And so I was challenged in the last 5 years to step outside of my cultural norms and try to begin the journey of building relationships with people outside of my culture. I spent 2 years with the English language learning circle at the library, helping newcomers to Canada to learn English. And my main goal was really to build relationships and begin my journey of understanding what it means to live in another country, to live as another nationality, and possibly to understand better what it means to be a minority. I can't say that I will ever fully understand, and my understanding is only small. But my journey over the last few years has allowed me some insights into my own behavior, into the behavior of people like me, and I'm not happy nor pleased with either. I need to do more, and so do we. I'm asking you to stand with those who stand against discrimination. I am asking you to let your voice be heard when it comes to racism, to stand against what God would stand against. And I'm asking you to take one step further, which is harder than probably many things that I will ask you to do. I'm asking you to build relationships, have friendships, to move outside of your cultural norms, and to work towards communicating the love of Jesus the way he loves us. Because I think truly the only way that we're going to get out from under these kinds of behaviors is when we exhibit Christ's love in the best way that we know how. In my studies for this weekend, as I was preparing a message for this new series called Pressure, where I'm going to be looking at the book of James, I came across this passage this morning and I thought I would share it with you. My dear brothers and sisters, James chapter 2, verse 1, my dear brothers and sisters, how can you claim to have faith in our glorious Lord Jesus Christ if you favor some people over others? And I too ask the same question. How can we claim to have faith in our glorious Lord Jesus Christ, who loved us with unconditional love, who saw us each as his sons and daughters, who believes that we are all his children, some who are far away and some who are near, and yet children nonetheless? How can we discriminate against others and still call ourselves Christians? And for those of us who maybe shake our heads and say, but I'm not a racist, then it's your job to prove it. It's your job to stand up and say, okay, I will let my voice be heard. And I will reach out beyond my own culture and share the love of Jesus the best way I know how. And that's by accepting people and loving people for who they are. Would you do that with me? Would you make that stand? I know it might be difficult. and some people might not be happy with it. But I'm praying that your Lord and mine would smile upon our efforts. Thank you.